Okay, under our grade 6 book, we were discussing about our fourth lesson, which is using mouse and keyboard to use application software. That is in page number 41 of grade 6 book. So that is, we are here, right? We were learning about the application software, why application software programs are used, and what are the purpose. So we learned two things. There are two kinds of software. Let me summarize the lesson and then come to the point. So last day we were discussing that there are two kinds of software in computing. So one is system software. System software work with the computer system hardware, computer system. System software work with the hardware or computer system, right? And application software work with users. That is for our tasks, editing pictures, watching videos, sending emails. And those application software we have categorized into two. That is special purpose and general purpose. The common tasks we do in day-to-day life are done by this common general purpose application software. But library managing, school managing, banking are special functions done by special purpose software. And so one more thing we need to discuss, we skip this part. So what is an app? App is also an application software. App is also an application software, but there is a, so this is a short term, but there are some differences, app and application software. Typically in earlier days, we have downloaded software and we installed into our computer by using a wizard. Wizard means step-by-step guidelines. I think so that is the traditional way of installing a software. You have to go to the website. For an example, let's say you want to download tux typing. You have to go to that website. So, and then download the software. After downloading, you can double click and install it in the computer. So that is a wizard or setup. We call a setup or wizard. One by one, you have to do these instructions, to follow the instructions and install. But apps are different. So apps are basically downloaded from App Store here. So this is App Store for Apple. Similarly, in your computer, you have App Store for Windows. In your mobile, there is an App Store.
Microsoft Store.
It's called Play Store. In Apple, so there's App Store, right? Likewise, different terms are there. Then from that, you can download and install the software. The advantage when you're getting that from App Store is a kind of verification is there. You are verified, and mostly it will provide one-click installation. You can just install with single click, mostly. The another thing is it is verified because it is in the App Store. You can understand this as a genuine software because already App Store has verified that. So that guarantee is there. That is why, and for actually it is easy to install. That is the second reason why we have to download from App Store. The first reason is when you download from App Store, so it is verified and it is easy to install using that. So that is the, okay, so let's move. So please write down in your lesson note apps. Heading is apps. App is an application software.
Is this not in the tute?
No, you have to write down this. You have to add this to the tute. Right? Please write down if you don't have, please write. Anyway, you don't have this part in the tute. This is, you have to add to the last part of the tute. App is an application software which we can download from a verified source, verified place called App Store. Example, Play Store for Android, App Store in Apple, Microsoft Store in Windows. Most apps can be installed with a single click. Most apps can be installed with a single click. We can trust these apps as it is already checked by the relevant application store, even though it is developed by unknown, even if it is developed by an unknown party. So if they are developed, it is, if they are, so that is plural, if they are already checked by the relevant applications store, even if it is developed by, if those are developed by unverified or maybe unknown. So if you try to download another one, so maybe App Store will tell that is from unverified source. For security, it is better to download apps from App Store. But not all the applications are available in App Store. Only some. Some are not available in App Store. Please let me know once you're done. Finish?
No, sir.
Okay, quickly write down. Let me know once you're done. Right, then, so what else we learned? So we learned about mouse and its buttons. Basically, how many buttons in a generally how many buttons in mouse? Yes, how many buttons were there in mouse? Normally, under the normal circumstances?
3 buttons.
3 buttons. What are they?
Left click, right click,
Yes,
scroll
left click, right click, and scroll wheel. So those are the 3 buttons in the mouse: left click, right click, and scroll wheel. So we learned the functionalities of each. Even touchpad, you have these 3: left, right, and then the scroll or the basic touch. And so mouse can be used to select items, drag and drop items, that is moving items, selecting item, opening items. Anyway, you can activate any kind of menu or any kind of screen element using the mouse. So we learn about that. Then, so we learn about proper using of mouse, how to keep the fingers, and then we learn about the keyboard. So there are 2 kinds of keyboards. Either it can be wired keyboard or wireless keyboard. Wireless keyboard is connected via Bluetooth. A general or traditional keyboard has key order. So can you read this? How you are reading this? QWERTY. You can read this as QWERTY. A normal keyboard has this QWERTY pattern. Check with your keyboard. Is it having QWERTY or something else? QWERTY. Right, it's having QWERTY, but there are some keyboards, right? There are some keyboards having non-QWERTY keys. Non-QWERTY keyboards. So these are rare, but normally almost all the keyboards are QWERTY, but so there are non-QWERTY keyboards. Non-QWERTY keyboard here. This is an example. You can see this keyboard is non-QWERTY. It's not showing the QWERTY keys, and here this one is also non-QWERTY keyboard. Right, this is a non-QWERTY. So there are some non-QWERTY keyboards. And can you remember how old hand phone looks like? So how old hand phone and the keypad of this hand phone? So it has A, B, C, D, E, F. That is the key pattern, right? Here A, B, C, D, E, F. This is the key pattern in old mobile. It is not a QWERTY, but there were QWERTY mobiles. This is a QWERTY mobile. So BlackBerry company introduced QWERTY mobiles. So this is basically they are BlackBerry, still they are producing these QWERTY mobile phones. Even there are some Chinese phones. And the BlackBerry phones, basically, so there are some BlackBerry phones. So have you seen that BlackBerry? Not. So BlackBerry has a QWERTY keyboard. But normally in your touch keyboard, touch keyboard is also, yes, touch keyboard is also in mobile phone. You have touch keyboard, keypad actually. That is also kind of QWERTY. So when you obtain the touch keypad in mobile phone, it is also kind of QWERTY, but so it might be something like this as well. So this is non-QWERTY. So it depends. That is why I said there are QWERTY keyboards, non-QWERTY keyboards, both. QWERTY means QWERTY, keys in adjacent positions. Okay, when you are using keyboard properly, you need to know about the keys. That is number one. I think last week I gave all the keys, right?
Yes, sir.
You wrote about that. Can you remember the key names? So what is this key? And what is this key? And what about this? So can you name them?
The first one is exclamation mark.
Correct.
The second one is
Second
tilde.
one, tilde. Okay, tilde.
And the fourth one is at
Third
mark.
one is at mark. Okay, we learn about them. Okay, then basically we need to learn about the key categories in the keyboard. So what are these key categories? You have alphabetic keys, right? Alphabetic keys. Let me show that. So what is that key range? Here you have alphabetic keys, and also these together we call alphanumeric because you have numeric keys, numbers. But this numbers and numbers here has a difference. Numbers here, this is 1, let's say this is 1. Numbers here, this is 2. It has a difference. What is that? Okay, first set of numbers are just numbers and some symbols, but this set of numbers and navigations, arrow keys, both it can be used for numbers and also for navigation, moving here and there. Have a make a number type karana vitarai, but this part you can use for typing and navigation. Not only that, when you use with alt key, you can type any symbol with these set of keys. ALT key එකත් එක use කරලා මේ පැත්තෙන් symbols type කරන්න පුළුවන්. Can you tell me how many of you are not having this part, this side keyboard, this side number pad? Please raise your hand if you don't have the number pad in the right side of your keyboard. Understand this clearly. If you don't have number pad in the right side of the keyboard, please hand. Please
I
hand.
don't have.
All right, okay. Now I can see two, only two. It seems others. All right, it seems others got the right side. So then you can type the symbols. Except Yonal and Digire Hasi, others can type what I'm telling. Only two has raised your hand saying you don't have it. Okay. So then, can others come to the chat and type these characters, please? Can you type these special symbols?
No, sir.
Yes, I have. Okay, this is special symbol, and this is special symbol. Can you try to type these special symbols?
No, sir.
Why? Now you are telling you don't have that, is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then තමයි මතක් වුණේ එහෙම එකක් නැහැ කියලා නේද? Okay, if you have that, you can type special symbols පුතේ. So how to type? If you press ALT key, තියෙනවා නම්, if you have this right side keypad, you can press ALT key, then press 1. It will type one symbol. Try ALT press එක ALT key එක press කරගෙන 1 type කරන්න. Then release ALT key, ALT 1. Then release them, release both keys. You will here now yes, it will type a face. ALT2, another face. You can try. These are special symbols. ALT3, some other. ALT4, some other. Likewise, if you have yes, Sasuru has sent heart. Desandi sent heart. Gudamsa a face. Now we are sending a lot of symbols. Lisha has sent a lot of symbols. Okay, how to type this? Using this secondary keypad. Now enough, right? Now you know how to type it. No? Others, you need to have this kind of keyboard to type. Keyboard so you can either plug that externally or you can use on-screen keyboard. On-screen keyboard. When you search, search on-screen keyboard. When you search on-screen keyboard, Windows will give that keyboard, and using that you can type these symbols. Okay, good. Right? So then we learn about the special function keys at the top, and this caps lock, space. These keys are also special keys, and print screen key. Here you can see print screen, scroll lock, pause and break. So let's learn about few of these keys quickly, which we didn't write last day. Okay, please write this in your note. Some special keys. So there are 4 special keys that we are going to learn. So one is print screen.
We have to add that part.
Yes, you have to add that to the note. We can
End of the note.
end of the note. Right? We can add, we can take a screen capture. Or screenshot using this. Screen capture or screenshot using this. To temporarily stop a running code in programming. To stop a running code in programming. To stop scrolling. Okay, please write down this. Add this to end of your note. Okay, I know you are enjoying a lot of keys. Good. But just write down this. Okay.
Done.
Let's see. I want to delete this. So you can see this is cursor at end of the location. And I want to delete ARE. And I am bringing the cursor here. Which key now I need to press?
The backspace.
Correct. Backspace. Backspace will do that. If I bring the cursor here, then what will happen? Which key I have to press? Then delete key. You can try. When I press delete key, it will delete from left to right. When I press backspace key, it is deleting right to left. So right to left is the backspace, left to right is delete. When I press delete key, it's deleting left to right. Have you observed? Have you tested that? I hope, right? Okay, that is the other way. Right. Okay, then, right, we learn about these keys. And basically, as I said, the caps lock key is shifting capital to simple, simple to capital. But you can use the shift key to temporary shift to capital, and also to type, if there are two characters, using shift key, you can type the above key. That is. Then to put spaces. If you want to put spaces, you can use space bar. Space bar will give you only one space. Here. You can add one by one. But if you type tab key, it will give you, right, a considerable space, which is more than the normal space. That is using tab key. I can give space. Tab to give the space, shift tab to reduce that. Actually, if I select this, you can press tab to move it forward. Shift and tab to bring it back. And if you click in the middle, pressing tab key will give space, backspace will delete that. The tab will give more space than space bar. What about enter? If I press enter, it will go to the Yes. Enter will go to the, hello?
Next line.
Next line.
Next line.
Yes, enter will go to the next line. Right, enter will go to the next line. Then if I press Control Enter, what will happen?
2.
Yes,
It will go like
go to where? Control and Enter. We'll go to the next page. It will go to the next page. Normal Enter will go to the next line, but when you press Control key and Enter, it will go to the next place. Okay, now we need to do some practicals and confirm what we have learned about these keys and also about the shortcut keys. So who would like to share the screen? I'll give the chance. First come, first serve base. Okay, Danori. Right. First of all, let's do something like this. I just want to practice the print screen key. So one way of taking screenshot, Danori, you can press Windows key and print screen key together. Windows key, print screen key, dekama ekapara. Can you press Windows key and print screen key in the keyboard, Pute? Can you press it? No, don't use the mouse. Mouse එක හොඩ නැහැ. Keyboard එකේ Windows key, you know Windows key, right? That is a flag. Let's take on-screen keyboard, Pute. On-screen keyboard එක ගන්න. On search on-screen keyboard. Okay, now you can get that. Okay, that is Windows key, yes. And the print screen key, you can see. This is Windows key and this is print screen. Where's the print screen? Here, PRTSCA. That is the print screen. Okay, both together, Windows key and print screen key. You can use the keyboard, Pute, now. All right, okay. So whatever the screenshot you have taken, you can go to this PC. There you can see pictures. Yes, under that you can see the screenshots and your screenshot will be there. Here, yes, that is the screenshot that you have taken. Okay, so that is one way of taking screenshots. You can see that in the pictures folder. Sanogi, yes, Pute?
sir, I know another way to screenshot.
How?
Sir, we can use Windows Shift and S.
Windows Shift and S. Yes.
Sir, can I show you my way to have a screenshot?
Okay.
First I go to this bar and there is called screen shift. I just need to press this button and I will get this.
Yes. That is using Snipping Tool. Windows Shift and S. That is using Snipping Tool. That will allow you to even get a part of your screen. Isn't that so? It will even let you take a part of, that is called Snipping Tool. You can actually click and search Snipping Tool, Pute. Click on the Windows button and search for Snipping Tool. So show that steps again. No, not there. Windows button again. Here, press on the Windows, click on the Windows button. Windows button, then search for Snipping, SNI, just type it. Yeah, Snipping. You can type. Search it. So when you type, I think you can get that. SNI, enter. This is something else. This is not that.
She is put into the stories.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think you have to go to start menu and type there. Or you can use Cortana. There also you can type Snipping, or you can tell Snipping Tool. Snipping Tool. Okay, that is another way of telling. Okay, you can see. You can use new in the snipping tool, new underneath, yeah. Then you can again draw on top of the screen any portion that you need, and you can take a screenshot like that also. Right? So that is another way of taking screenshot using snipping tool. But what I want to tell you about the keyboard, so let's do small exercise now. Who else like to share the screen? I'll teach you small.
Can I share the screen?
Yes, sure. Okay. Sasiru, now let's do like this. Take a screenshot by pressing Windows and screen. So that one. Or let's only press the screen. Sorry, let's only press the print screen button. Print screen button ko vitarak press kara. Just press the print screen button.
Nothing happens.
Yeah. Then go to Paint. Go and open Paint. Okay. Now paste it. Now press paste. What will happen? You will get the screenshot, right? So that is another way. You can just press the print screen key, then go to this Paint or any drawing application and paste it. Even Word you can paste, right? Even you can go Word and paste it. That is possible, right? Okay. Then save it to the file, save as, and save it in the desktop, please. Okay, now right click on the picture. Now just right click on that picture or the screenshot. You can take either way. Screenshot. So I said 3 methods now. No? You can take either way. Now set as desktop background. Set as desktop background. Okay, now one more step. Right click on the desktop. No, right click on the desktop, please, empty area. Then go to view. Go to view. Then you can untick show desktop icons. Last thing, untick it. Okay. Now it is a kind of you can tell that is you can do this to your friend. So now untick it, right? Untick it. Do this to your friend and ask them to click on the icons in the desktop. Can you click?
No, sir, it's impossible.
Yeah, why? It's a picture, right? It is the screenshot of the previous. It is just the screenshot. It's a picture. You can't click on the icons. So your friend will think, so something has happened to my computer. I cannot click on anything. So what has happened? Nothing opens. Even a virus can do such thing, right? Virus can
Yeah,
cheat
sir.
like this.
So the friend will think that it's a virus.
Yes, so that can happen, right? I hope others understood what we have done, right? Anitha තේරුණාද අපි කරපු දේ? අපි ගත්ත screenshot එක.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have taken a screenshot. අපි screenshot එකක් අරගෙන තියෙන icon hide කරලා දාලා screenshot එක දැම්ම wallpaper. දැන් මොකද හිතෙන්නේ? බලන කෙනෙකුට හිතෙනවා මේ තියෙන්නේ icons වෙන්නේ නැති කියලා. හැබැයි icons නෙවෙයි ඒ තියෙන්නේ. It's just a picture of that icons, right? Okay. So another thing, right? Who's next? I would like to assist someone else. Okay. So let's learn about the shortcuts now. Windows key and E key. Windows key, E key will open Explorer. Windows key and E key will open Explorer. Right? That is one shortcut. And can you press it again? Windows key, E key. Okay, that is again opening. Now Windows key and Tab key. Windows key, Tab key. What will happen? Windows key and Tab key. You can see all the windows. And again, if you press Tab key while pressing the Windows key, you can move between these windows. Right? Windows key එක ඔබාගෙන tab එක දෙපාරක් තුන් පාරක් press කරන්න පුතේ. While pressing the Windows key, while press and holding the Windows key, if you can press Tab key 2-3 times, you can just move between. You can just move between these windows. Alt key and Tab key, Alt key and Tab key. That will also give you, again, if you press the Tab key, you can move between windows. Now we learned 3 things: Windows key, E key, Explorer, Windows tab, Tab and Alt tab. Then if you want to open share slide bar, Windows key and H key. Windows key, H key. That will give you here in your one speech services. But it is basically a share slide bar. Then Windows key and S key. Windows key, S key will open search. Windows key, S key, open search. And Windows key and Windows key and plus key. Windows key plus key. That will magnify. That will open the magnifier, and Windows minus will do the reverse. And Windows key and pause key. Windows key and pause key. Pause එක තියෙනවා. Windows key and pause key. If you can see the pause key. Or you can't see the pause key in your pause key. PAUSC, pause. Maybe you can, if you cannot see, you can get the on-screen keyboard. On-screen keyboard. Then press Windows key and pause key. Yes. Windows key and pause key. PAU, yeah, that is Windows key press again. While pressing the Windows key, press pause key, and that will open the system properties dialog. Right. Okay, now you saw some shortcuts, right? You can just learn about them, study them more. And okay, let's move to the next part now. After the practical, let's move to the next part. So that is this keyboard, using the keyboard properly. When you use the keyboard properly, so first of all, touch the keyboard and especially touch this F key and J key. What you can feel. F key and J key, what you can feel. F and J. Just use your index finger to touch them. F key and J key, just use your index fingers to touch them. So what you can feel?
A line crossing our fingers.
Yes.
A line crossing our fingers.
Yes.
A line.
It is, maybe it is, it's like physically you can feel it, right? Physically you can feel. It's different from other keys. It's different from other keys. Then anik keys touch karama slip pela yanawani. But when you touch this F key and J key, you can feel it. There is small bar, small line, and you can feel it. So that is therefore touch typing. It is not touch typing, it is called touch typing, right? Touch. Touch, Touch, typing. That means you can just look at your screen and type. So without looking at the keyboard, okay, let's say here I am, and if I type like this, if I type like TYPE, but by looking at keyboard, that is not touch typing. But if I can type using my fingers, if I can type TYPE without looking at the keyboard, that is called touch typing. Keyboard එක දිහා බලන්න නැතුව type කරන්න. So how many of you can touch type?
Sir, I can.
Only Sasiru, Yunal, Danori. Oh, very good. Right?
Sir, little bit.
Lisha, all right, little bit. Okay, anyway, you have to practice. If you practice now, when you're getting older, you can do this. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Pute.
I know how to practice this. There's an app called Typing Master.
Yes, there's an app called Typing Master, and also there is a website called typingstudy.com. You can go and type there. Type in.
Sir,
Yes.
Typing Master 10.
sir, in the right side of the keyboard, we can feel like that, something like that in key 5.
I didn't get your point. So can you repeat? Right side of the keyboard. Yeah.
Left, right side of this keyboard, we can feel like something like sir told that we can feel something in F and G.
F and J. F and J.
And like that type of thing we can feel in key 5.
Key 5.
Yes, key number 5.
Oh,
That's on the right side.
that is on the right side. Okay, so that can be. But normally, F and J has this. So that is just to put your index fingers. Other fingers you have to put. So you can see here the finger is marked. Which finger you need to type AA, then SS, then DD, then FF. Likewise, you can continue to type then JJ, KK. So remember, you have to look at the screen and type. Don't look at the LL and semicolon. Don't look at this. You can look at the screen, but don't look at the keyboard.
As
We have this thing at the tux typing app too.
Yeah, tux typing, and this is typingstudy.com. Both can do this.
So
And
I'm study typing club.
yes, there are a lot of applications. And one more thing, Pute. So one more thing I just want to tell that this is not related to today's lesson, but still important. So actually, in collaboration with JITS, we have another institute that is SRISTAC. So that is why we have just shared these days. I think you saw some articles that is for STEAM education. So earlier days, there was something called STEM education: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
you are muted.
STEM means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But there is now this new discipline that is STEAM: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, where the subjects that you learn will be linked properly. For an example, in your grade 6, you have a lesson. Under this lesson, Wonderful Living World, under this lesson, this is for science, you have something to learn about microorganisms. Okay, I think some of you have even observed microorganisms using the low power of light microscope, light compound microscope. So amoeba, bacteria, yeast, like microorganisms. Have you observed them or not?
No.
No. Okay, anyway, you can do the practical when you go to the school. using this light compound microscope, you can observe. Anyway, you have the lesson, no? In the lesson number 1, science, it is about living, wonderful living world. Under that, you have microorganisms. And under that, you have a subject called usages of microorganisms.
Sir, we have seen the microorganisms at school.
Right, okay. So even though if you have not seen, so you cannot see them in naked eye, you have to use a light compound microscope to watch that, because
Yes,
that is too small. And there are usages, right, of these microorganisms. There are bad things and good things. Bad thing is like they can give us diseases like corona, and they can, so that is dangerous.
They can do harmful things.
Yes,
to
they are harmful sometimes, but mostly there are some, mostly they are harmful, but there are some
microorganisms.
useful microorganisms too. Example, you can say yeast is
Fungi.
used in,
Fungi.
yes. And there are bacteria like lactobacillus which help in curd industry or yogurt industry. So in this STEAM education, Pute, we will not just learn, we will practice. That means after learning about microorganisms, we will use them. As a grade 6 student, you will know how to create yogurt and you will do it. You will create your own yogurt. You will create curd. You will make curd. You will make yogurt. Not only that, you can make wine. So likewise, you will learn practical applications of them. So let's say you are, so that is in this STEAM education. And not just that, you will do it in artistic way. That means, so let's say you want to create yogurt, but this yogurt, you can add some your artistic skills. Right? It looks like, so ordinary yogurt, maybe it has a definite shape, but so you can make it in a different shape. Or you can even make like mix yogurt with some maybe jelly or something and do something innovative. So that is practical education. Actually, we have introduced some courses since you are actually not from the place that where we have operated in the institute. We are actually operating at Veyangoda, but you are not closer to that place. I know most of you are in Colombo suburbs, and some are in Kandy and some are in Goal, so different areas. So what you can do is you can, if you wish, you can study for this STEAM education online. So that I have sent you a message to your group. Just go through that, study, and if you like, even electronics, even the color, how to make color. So you know, computer has 3 colors: red, green, and blue. So you can use 3 LED bulbs. Do you know LED bulbs?
yes, sir.
Then red color LED. So you have to make small circuit. When you are learning about these colors, you have to create small circuit to light up LED bulb.
Sir, my brother does Arduino, so we have those at home too.
Right, okay. You can also do this when you are in grade 6, you can also do this. So then red bulb, and so how to create yellow light from these lights? Do you know how to create yellow light from these 3 lights? You have red light, green light, and blue light, and you are asked to create yellow light.
Sir, I have done that in grade 5. We had to make a traffic light, but I can't remember how to make yellow color.
Right, okay.
So I make the VIP light.
Okay, right. So here, let's say you have something like this. When you're practically doing this today, you can use one LED, which is, let's say you have a red LED. You have to light up that red LED, and then, right, you have to light up another one, green LED. So both facing each other. In between, you can create yellow light. So let's say you have a red light, green light, in between it will create the yellow light. So likewise, you have to practically learn that. That is using light, physics.
Sir, my
Science.
brother has done that before in his channel.
Right, good, great. So you can, so these are some simple practicals that I said, but you will be learning a lot of things, not only that. So creating alarms, creating sensors, or sensor-based robots, etc. You will be learning a lot of things. I have sent you the syllabus, just go through. If you like that, tell me, then you can
Well,
also.
M-bot we can make.
Sorry.
We can make robots like M-bot.
Yes, you can make robots, but first of all, you have to learn the fundamentals, right? You have to learn the fundamentals, basics. Then you can do anything that you want.
We made one at home.
Oh, great! So you can send us video
have
or
it.
picture. Yes, you can send us video or picture to the group.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, we have a cleaning robot at home.
At home, right? I too have one, so that is nice, right? So it can clean small particles, dust,
Yes.
and can move here and there. So you can make that obstacle avoiding. So currently it's actually go and hit on objects now. So if you learn robotics, you can make that robot obstacle avoiding. When it is closer to an obstacle, it can avoid it without hitting it. It can come back. So there are self-parking robots.
So we can put an ultrasonic sensor for that.
Yes, you can put ultrasonic sensor. Okay, Bhude. So the remaining things I'll be discussing next day. Anyway, if you're interested in STEAM or STEM, please let us know. Then you can follow that online. So if you're not closer to us. Then good night. See you all next week.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you.